Where are all the children today? Nobody's allowed to have a life. Let's see if I can cut that down a little bit in my ear. Can you hear me? I just put this on Facebook. I'm probably gonna regret it, but I really want like people to hear me when I say this shit, so I promote it on Facebook. Trying to think where else I can drop this to maybe catch some views. I know, like, as designer wise, the past couple of days are gonna be hell because you got Arcade opening and there's a couple of other ones opening, so as long as it's here for a playback for somebody, that's cool too. I'm gonna just hang out for a second and see if anyone else shows up. I'm surrounded in my grass. Thank you. I know, I'm an asshole for having that sound on, but sometimes it's like so reassuring. Like, people actually like what you do. They're paying you. Come on, peeps. Where's like the notification squad today? Everybody just not around? Let's walk in. Glow, baby. We talking about neon signs. Let's go up here to the customs room. I can't see them in my goat. Like, all right, let these just kind of load in for a second. So I need to talk about this shit. Let's see. Ooh, they look horrible. What is the... I think it's because we're kind of high up in the air. So mesh is starting to like break apart. Or is something else happening? Do I have shadows on? No, no shadows on. Very fucking weird. I don't know why they're breaking like that. It's not the point. So I want to talk about some things. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and go for it because people can always watch this back later. I was starting to write a post on Facebook and it was getting really long. So I was like, nobody's going to read this. So I might as well just make a video about it and talk about it, and maybe the video will get more views than the Facebook post would have gotten. turn this down a little bit more. I just want to talk about something that's kind of frustrating me with doing these orders, and I guess it's like, it's not common sense. So I want to talk about it and kind of point it out. That way maybe I can help people understand visually what's happening with these signs, and maybe help prepare somebody for ordering a sign, because this is definitely an issue that we've been having. I really don't know why they're breaking up like that. It's kind of breaking my heart, because they don't ever do this. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. Very weird that they break like that. Anyway, so something that with the neon signs is, not every single logo out there will work for neon creation as its original state. What is my cat doing? Hey, Odie, hang on a second. Odie, no, thank you. Now some of them are pretty close to the like original logo that it was created after, but some of them had to be reworked and redesigned. Some of them, the creator was able to provide either a pre-existing day file of their logo. We were able to work from that. Some of them had to be completely redone. Some of them have pieces from their original mesh file, and some of them don't. Some of them were done complete from scratch. And some of them were done completely from scratch, even though there is a mesh logo that is almost the exact same thing. But so I just want to point out that not every single logo can be made as a neon sign, as the image that you give me. It will need to be reworked. It will need to be changed. It will need to be simplified in order for the animation process to work properly, and for us to reach some of the animation effect goals that people challenge us with. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. I'm learning how to make these signs, and my partner that I'm working with, she's still trying to figure stuff out as well. So we're getting hit like sometimes with some really intricate animation requests, and we're like, okay, we'll try, but then that pushes a challenge because you have an intricate animation request, and then you give me a logo that we can't work with. It needs to be changed. So I just want to put up an example of what I'm talking about here, because maybe people don't really think about this stuff before they order, so I'm trying to put this bug in your ear before you order kind of thing. I pulled up examples from Budweiser. We're just going to look at Budweiser for this example, just for what I'm trying to tell you. This is Budweiser's official logo. Their official 2D logo. This is printed on like all of their shit, right? But whenever you type in Budweiser neon sign, you start to look at images like this, which it's similar to this, but it is a recreation. Like, it had to be simplified. As you can see, it's like they're glass tubes, for fuck's sakes, which in a sense is the same as in modeling in 3D, because we're manipulating tubes and planes to look like an 2D image, if that makes sense. So your logo, if it is detailed, more detailed than this, because I think I could probably make this logo in 3D and make it look identical. But if it's more detailed than this, like if you have flowers, let's just go to free pick, just so I can show you the difference in what I'm talking about. I was talking to someone the other day that her logo has sunflowers on it. But they were sunflowers that look like this, or they look like this. I mean, they were more like this on her image. But they appeared to be like hand-drawn. I can't make that a neon. You know, like I can't animate this. So the only thing I could do is if it's drawn like this and it's flat like that, but it has a lot of detail, is I could make this a solid image and then like put a flare or something going across it. But I can't make this as is a neon. It's not possible. The lines and everything is not created for that kind of edit to happen. Now what I can do, if you say, hey, I have sunflowers in my logo and I would like to incorporate that in the neon, now we could do something like this and break it down a little bit more simplified. If you can imagine no color, you know, but just the line work being a tube, or I would do a plane. Let me see if I can find another one that's kind of like more broken down for you. I figured that the showing examples of the Budweiser sign could maybe just give everybody kind of an idea as to what we're looking for, because we're running into a lot of problems and people are like disappointed that they can't get their sign done, and it's like, it's not gonna work, not as is. Like we're willing to work with people, we're willing to redo the design, we're willing to like make it work, but the client has got to understand that you're gonna have to sacrifice some design elements in order to make it simple so we can make it 3D. Something we always have to consider as well, the more detailed that the sign is going to be, the higher land impact. And most places want to make these neon signs huge, and I know that my signs are higher land impact than my partner signs. She's a little bit better with the wizardry of how to fucking make low land impact things, and me not so much. I'm doing it kind of different than she is. So I'm trying to find an even fucking more simple sunflower, and I'm not seeing it. Let me just type in neon, and okay, let's see if we can find like what I'm thinking in my head. Something like this. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be broken down. I can't animate this. So I don't know like how else to put it to people, but it's like a huge problem. I have to turn down a lot of neon orders because the client does not want to simplify their logo. They don't want me to redo their logo. But it's like, how do I put it across to people that a neon sign does not have to be exactly like your logo? Your logo was created, probably never even intended for it to look neon. And even if some of them are, they were created like as a neon. Let me just show you what I'm talking about, because now I'm on it. Now I'm on my rant. Let's find a logo that was created as a neon, and I can explain from there. Okay, like this one right here. Perfect freaking example. This was created to look like a neon, so we were able to take the same idea and make it, you know, and make it 3D, like a model and animated. And now I'm starting to like lose my train of fucking thought. Hang on a second. I'll get it back. I'm stoned, so I'll get it back. 1 second. Here. It's because it has a good enough cursive. Like even cursive letters are really, really trying. Not all of them want to work. But I think we figured out the type of cursives, fonts that we need to be looking for that we know will probably be okay. If they are too scripty and like crazy weird, it's just, as far as animating it is super hard. And if it's super hard for us, we're going to charge you more for it because we are learning ourselves. This is not something where we're just like, we just came out our mom's vagina knowing how to animate mesh neon signs. We're trying to play with different effects and make some cool looking things as well, but depending on the font that we're working with or the vector image that we're working with, some things are just not possible as is. They need to be worked on. And something else, if it needs to be worked on and it's extra work, I'm going to charge you for it. Because that's extra time I'm spending in the process of designing your neon logo, and I want to be paid for it. So that's not something that's just, included in the price if you're just coming to me and saying, I want a mesh neon sign, here's my logo. Yeah, some of them are not quite that simple. Some of them really need to be broken down. Like this, for instance, no way. The text might be okay, but all this happening here, this can't be a neon sign. At least I can't make this a neon sign. Maybe I should say it like that. I can't make this shit neon. But if this person just wanted to use the name of their store and have this written underneath it, absolutely we can do that. Let me just kind of go through here. So I think all of these would probably be okay. So something like this, I don't know. I could maybe break this down to where it was just the line work and be able to use the line work to animate. But you would lose detail. I would have to make the tree trunk look more like an outline of a tree trunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, this needs to be edited to where it would work as a neon sign. Like, I don't know why that's a disconnect for some people, but it is. Like, they just show me their logos and it's like, do you have an imagination, girl? Because I'm trying to imagine this as a neon tube and I don't see it. But then again, maybe that's an artistic eye also. And so that's why I wanted to talk about this, because maybe it's not something that people just kind of see right away. Maybe you have to be told that. Like, I understand not everybody has an artistic eye. That's why I'm trying to, like... this is also therapeutic for me because it's frustrating to just tell people that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Yeah, I know I designed your logo, but that's not going to work. Like, it has to have extra love and attention so we can manipulate it to work for a neon sign, but they don't always just work, you know? The thing is with text, you want something bold. I mean, some of these that we've done so far are really cute kind of when they're thin, but they do pose problems. They pop up a lot of problems sometimes, especially for me. I'm using Maya and I'm starting to learn Blender, and just transferring the files back and forth. They get a little messy. Maya's fucking weird with shit it adds all. I don't know. It's crazy. So it's like, I would prefer working with a font that's a little bit thinner, because the moment I go and make an outline of the font, I'm going to try to put a thick font on it just because it's easier for me. And I also think the thicker fonts look aesthetically better. Like, for instance, not saying that this is a bad sign or that it's ugly or anything. I don't think that. I like this sign. I think it's unique. However, my personal opinion, it would have been better solid, meaning like this, no border, because of the font itself. I think that this is cool, and it would have looked different if it was flat. We could have done something, neato Cheeto with this accent, but in my opinion, if I would have created this, I probably would not have tried to put the border on it. I don't know, that's just me, it's just my opinion. Some of them I just don't think would work with the border, or they're not really working with the border. You know what I'm saying? But the client approved it, and that's what they wanted, and that's really all that matters. My opinion is jack shit, really. And some of these look really good with it just being flat. Like, I recommend, if you're having a cursive logo, do it this way and have a handwritten, we call this the handwritten font. I'm sorry, the handwritten effect. That's how we explain it to each other. It's just a tracer, goes through all of the letters, and then we can put a shine through it. Very beautiful, like, this is eye-catching. I feel like every time I walk by this wall, I always look at this one first. Out of all of this that's happening, I go here. I think it's just very clean animation. It just looks very nice, and that's what I recommend to people when they have a cursive logo. But they want to fight me, usually, because they want this. They want the outline. They don't want the flat. But in some cases, it's not going to work. Like, we can't put the freaking border on it because the font is so thin. For instance, the look at me sign. This is too thin of a font to put a border on. This would have looked retard if we would have made it. It would not have looked good at all. Thank goodness that she was cool with it like this, because I know you think that it might look okay, but in reality, you put this with just the border and not the interior, that's going to look like shit. And I'm not trying to make everybody's stuff look like shit. We're trying to make shit look good over here. So, same with this one. Though this is a thicker font, do you see what's happening here? There's like little breaks. It's in 2D, it's a brush font. A brush font. Now, we've done 2 logos that are brush fonts, but they're harder because there's voids, like there's empty spaces going on here. Like, this is a texture where you're seeing those lines, but the actual font itself, those are cuts in the texture. So this is actually alpha'd, so it looks like a paintbrush. This one was hard, and the 28LA one that we did was hard because they were both brush fonts. And if you just think about it in your head, if your logo was a brush font in real life and you were getting a neon sign created, they're not going to be able to blow that glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to have to be a tube, or for Second Life, we're lucky enough to be able to have it flat. And thank fuck this baby was flat. Because this was hard. It's hard to, I mean, look what's going on with it was hard. The edges and the cuts, like, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get the cuts to work. Like, it is a learning process, and we've surprised ourselves and been able to come up with some really cool things. But I can tell you that this luck that we ran into with this, it doesn't happen on every single order. Sometimes I have to say, I can't do it. Hang on a second. Oh, my cat is being bad again. Yeah, so the ones that you see from us that are flat, that just, we couldn't put a border on it, or we felt that the border wouldn't look that good. So I guess this is a case where kind of Second Life is going beyond real life, because you don't see very many flat neon signs. They're usually all tube work, glass tube work, obviously. But in SL, we're lucky enough to be able to use a flat version and just throw borders on stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I have packages that are that I put together. I put 3 packages together. Hang on, I'll pull them up as well. let's see, I just added this to my pricing on my website. You can go to my website at www.toxicrhiannyr.com, and if you go to the very top, you will see a page for pricing, and you just click that, and then you can find out more information about my work and what I charge. These are Second Life prices. I'm kind of at the stage right now where I'm only accepting Second Life work. I don't really have time for real life work, but if the right thing was to come across my desk, I might take it, so check with me. So you can see a base of how much things cost, but this is the part where I want you to kind of focus on for this video. It's the graphic design plus mesh neon sign packages. So these apply for orders that will require some form of graphic design in order to make the sign, because this is one of those things, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? The egg comes first in this case. We have to have a image to go off of to make you a sign, especially if you're hitting me up and you're like, oh, hey, yeah, I have this cool font, but I need you to put a frog, and I want the frog to have wings, and like, I don't have an image for this, but can you do that? Yeah, I can do that, but I'm going to charge you for it. And that's what these are. These are graphic design packages that also include the creation of the neon sign as a replica. So the first one is just for somebody that like that. They want a frog, and they want the frog to have like a crown and like wings, and then the name of their store or their club. Okay, but they don't really want that frog and the other design to be their logo. They just want that to be their neon sign. So they don't need any of the graphic design files at all. They just want me to create that, get that image approved, and then make that image into a neon sign. That package is going to start at 15,000 lindens. They go up from there, I must tell you, because I base everything on the design that you're ordering, and everything has its little charges, its little fees. Some things I kind of ignore, and just that kind of comes with it. So, but I base all of my estimates on what it is that you're telling me to do. That's based on how much time I think that's going to take me, if I feel like that's going to be difficult or not. I mean, you guys know, you gotta understand, like, what goes into a custom design estimate. But I can tell you that this one will start at 15,000. Now, if you approached me and you're like, hey, I have this image, your image looks okay, looks like we can probably create, by just referencing the image, and you don't necessarily need graphic design. Like, I don't know how to, I don't know a good example. Let's see. I need to just find something that I can just make. Here, if Cosmopolitan approached me and she's like, girl, make my stuff neon sign. Okay, I can make this just in Maya by itself. I don't have to do vector work or anything like that. So then this sign would start, the price would start at 13,000, and it would probably be under 15,000 to get it done neon. So, these are just, where did my page go? These are just base prices. This is where I start from. The details of your order will make that rise or fall. The second one is for somebody that they want me to create a logo, and I don't know, maybe using it for a blog or something like that. It's like not something that you're using really as an official thing to where you would need all the source files, but you might want the JPEG or a PNG. I would say maybe an event or something like that. You're going to need those copies of the image just for whatever you want to use it for promotion later. There's a package for that. That one starts at 20,000. This one is the whole shebang. I'm going to give you the PSD, the fonts, the vectors, the JPEG, full color, black and white. You'll get the social media graphics. So basically that's my logo design package that I just offer, that's up here. That's getting thrown in there, plus you get the custom neon sign replica. That one starts at 40,000. So kind of in a different I'm trying to keep the prices in the same range, because if you were just to hit me up tomorrow and you just want a logo design, you're starting at $30,000 just for the logo design. So for the package, you're getting a little bit more with the package because it's only bumped up by 10,000. So kind of take a look at this stuff as you're planning on ordering and figuring out which way might work best for you. I do try to like give people like custom like package deals, to where if you were to order, this looks, I mean, minus, if you can imagine the neon sign being taken out of this, that's a standard store order. That's usually what most stores come to me for. This other stuff, it happens, but this is the most popular order. So if you came to me with that kind of deal, but you wanted to sub the neon sign design for the regular one, of course, like that can be done. And may or may not, these things may not apply because you're starting to order like a la carte pieces. So all of that just all gets tallied together, and then I give you one bulk price. For all of the custom work that I do, you must pay 50% up front. I prefer Linden's because I have a lot of bills in Second Life, but I can accept PayPal as well. And right now, we're on a 1 to 2 week completion turnaround for the signs. Now we have 2 of us working on it. Before it was just 1 person working on it. But so we might be able to get through orders a little bit quicker now that there's 2 of us. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because it's been on my mind. I've been talking to a lot of people about the designs, and it's just frustrating because I have to tell them that their logo as is not going to work, that we're going to have to make some modifications, and people don't want to compromise. They just were like, well, if you can't use this as is, I don't want it anymore. And it's like, okay, but at the same time, like, we can do it. It's just going to be different, you know. I don't know, I think when people approach me, they just think I'm going to be able to work with whatever they're handing me, and that's really not the reality. That's not true. Some of this stuff's going to have to be broken down and simplified. The design is going to have to change, or it's not going to work. And if you're mad at us because it's not going to work, do it yourself. Like, good luck figuring it out, because this is actually really hard. It takes a lot of like imagination, like, and it takes 2 brains to sit around and think about how this is going to actually work. I think we've gotten really lucky so far, but we have had some nightmares in this wall, and then just kind of just pure not understanding why would you want it to be like that, when, in our opinion, after we've stared at this for so freaking long, in our opinion, it'd look better another way. But some people just don't want to listen to us, and it's like, you're hiring professionals. Like, we have an eye for this. We kind of know, after making all of these and working with them, we kind of know what's going to look good and what's going to look like ass. Yeah. I don't care for a couple of these because I feel like our other idea would have worked better, but I'm not going to tell you which ones. We just know, like, my little circle of friends know which ones were like made our eyes cross trying to get it done. And it's just because that very simple thing that I'm talking about, that not all 2D logos were created for this to work. You kind of have to do some finagling, and the image does have to change. And, or you might get really lucky, and that's not the case. Like, but we can always use text, unless it's too thin. If this would have been any thinner, I'd have been like, girl, we're going to have to change the text. It's going to have to be something else, because it just doesn't work very well. And then I feel like it kind of, not this one in particular, but if this was any thinner, even with the diamond, I had to make that thicker because on the logo it's actually thinner. So I feel like it can make like the sign kind of look lackluster. It's not a wow bam in your face, and not everybody wants that. I mean, this Bada logo is very calm. The animation is very slow. It's not a boom boom boom. It's not a strip club happen over here, you know. So, and some people want that, and that's fine. Um, it's just like, what are you doing? It's it's a bitch. I will tell you. This is not, and something else too is like people hit us up and they're like, "Oh, hey, can we buy the script that you're controlling your signs with?" And we're like, for one, no. And for two, it's, you think I'm just over here editing a fucking Blinky script? No, bitch. That's not what's happening. This is much more involved. So, I think for my process, as far as me learning, it's better for me to work from an image versus me taking somebody's day file or their FBX file or whatever, you know. It's easier for me to create mesh from an image. But my partner is a little bit different. He can actually model, and so just I kind of leave him to the more complicated ones, and right now I'm taking the ones that I feel that I can do within my skill. And yeah, like stoic, I can't do stoic yet. I tried the other day. I don't think I could do that whole circular thing. So it is good to have kind of different levels of expertise going on here now, because it's just another idea added to the pot of ideas. But um, damn, I had a point, but I lost it. It fell out of my head. Shit, what was I gonna say? It was a good point. mm. Mm? Fuck me, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I was just saying it's easier for me to create the sign from an image, but my partner can model organically, so he's the one that's doing the mounts and the cables. I can't do tubes, like, oh god. It sucks to even say that I've been learning Maya for fucking 5 or 6 years and I still can't do curves. I can't do anything cylindrical, and I just like fucking life. I I will learn how to do it, and I'll probably learn in Blender versus doing it in Maya. It seems like Blender, for some reason, handles tubes better. Like, I understand the process more in Blender than I understand in Maya. The reason why I keep using Maya, and I use Maya 2015, and it's because it handles vectors perfectly. It I've upgraded to the most recent version of Maya, and it does not handle AI files very well. It does the same clusterfuck of extra edges and bullshit that you have to clean up in Blender. So for my workflow to be faster, I have to use the Maya 2015 because it just works like a charm. But I am learning how to take those models out of Maya, put them in Blender, and then help me learn the animation process of this stuff a little bit better, because it's tricky. This shit ain't fucking easy, yo. I know why Lindsay was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. I hope she's okay. I hope that's all that happened, that she just got frustrated and she gotta go. But, this shit is not really that fucking easy. You need to have, like, oh my god, I got something in my contact. Ow, hang on a second, guys. So sorry. Damn contacts. I'm live. Hang on a second, guys. I'm blind. Oh, shit on a stick. That fucking hurts. Cat fur. It's probably cat fur in my eyeball. I can't tell you that, I mean, if you approach me and you got some fucking logo that is crazy looking, we'll definitely try. We've tried with even the ones that we weren't able to take because the client didn't want to budge on the design. You should just be prepared that you might be asked to have to compromise on your design. Because I'm not a wizard, guys. I know you guys think I'm a fucking wizard, but I'm not. I'm not fucking Hermione over here. I can't just twinkle something and it just happens. But we do try our best to try to get everything as close as possible. But in our opinions, honestly, these signs do not have to look identical. If you want them to look similar, cool, we can make it look similar, but I don't think they have to be. I think you have lots of room for creative freedom. I'll put it that way. If you wanted something in your logo that didn't get put in your logo, but you want it to be on your neon sign, let's do it. If you're wanting to add like different things, it's like, this is custom, guys. Like, you can do whatever you want, but you do have to kind of consider changes, because there's just some elements that we can't do. But we do try to like work our ass off to make it all work. Like, I honestly thought I was gonna have. I did this sign. I did this logo, and I also just animated this sign the other day, and I was just like, I remember just back in when I did this, how hard it was for me to make the damn guns work, and oh my god, it was a nightmare. It was throwing all kinds of artifacts, and it was just going all buck wild crazy. And I'm like, oh my god, I gotta make this right. A boogie's gonna kill me, whatever. And so even when I was doing this, oh my god, I still have something in my eye. 1 second. I'm gonna have to like flush my eyeball. What the hell is that in my eye? Ow. Anyways, I have this, you know, I've already made this as a 2D, just, you know, I mean, a 3D, just static logo. It came with his package. But I didn't use this particular this particular object. I didn't use this to make the neon one. I started over. So, and it's just because things need to be set up a certain way. I did not use this object file to create this. I started over. So even if you have this, you're able to send me a blend file, you're able to send me a Maya scene, or you can send me an FBX or a day file. I might use it as reference as to how we need the end product to look, or just use it as a visual reference, period, but I might not use the actual file. Especially if I can start from scratch. I hope that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it, and I really ain't trying to tell you bitches my secrets. I just am trying to say that, like, be flexible if you're gonna be ordering. And if we tell you something can't be done, we're not trying to be mean. We just know what our limits are. We know what we're capable of right now in our skill level. And that doesn't necessarily mean that no one can do it or that it cannot be done. It just means that we can't do it right now. We ain't that good, bruh. Like, we're good, but we're learning, and each sign is a new obstacle. Each sign has to have everything completely redone. It's not something where, like, you can just unwrap it and be like, oh, here you go, just slap it on there, done. No, it's a lot of finagling that happens, and lots of patience. And I mean, our PSD files are like new new final, new final 1, new final 50,000. Like, I have so many files of these fucking signs. Like, it's crazy. So just know that there is a lot of time and there's a lot of love and patience that go into them. And I hope you guys really like them. I really like them. They're giving me a challenge and, you know, giving me a reason that I need to learn Blender and stop fucking with Maya. Because it really does not a lot for me, just aside from being able to work with vectors very, very easily. This gallery where I'm standing is open to the public. It is on the 2nd floor of Glow Baby. If you come to my region, we have Yomi Hair is here, and then Glow Baby is right there. This gallery is up here if you just cam through the wall. Or if you're a person that likes to walk, you can go in the front door and right upstairs. Paper Crowns is here. Alter Ego is here as well. Chocolate Mint is here. I'm being nosy. 1 second, guys. I'm being nosy.
Is that him?
Yeah, it's both of them.
What's he doing?
They just got back from being together. I don't know.
I went out for dinner or lunch or something.
They went out for dinner. Anyway, I'm being like a people watcher. I'm not Hermione, goddammit. Yeah, I think so. In my opinion, Blender is easier than Maya. It's also free. Maya ain't motherfucking free. And I find that it's harder to find. I mean, there's gobs of tutorials for Maya, but none of them apply to SL. Nobody's actually exporting anything, so it doesn't. It's really fucking hard. There's shit ton of tutorials for Blender though, and you can find Blender tutorials that will help you with Second Life specifically. You can't really find that with Maya. I'm looking at my notes to see if I covered everything that I wanted to talk about before we kind of get off on other things. I can pretty much tell you by looking at an image whether I can make it a neon sign or not. So if you can't figure it out on your own and you're not sure, you can always just send me a note card with the image before actually placing an order and asking if I think that can be done. So you can kind of have a heads up on which package you might need to be purchasing for yourself. Savage can also do the same thing, so if you want to I am her, you can do that as well. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Kinsey changed her name to Savage Bunny. Ken Alphaville cannot do it.
Yes, he can.
No,
Ken Alphaville can do it.
No. Ken Alphaville cannot do it.
Please message Ken Alphaville if you want work.
Ken Alphaville is not the person that I'm doing these with.
He is the person you're doing it with.
No.
He's the best.
No. So this, again, like, you can go to my page. Right here. Up at the top is pricing. I'm just going to leave this on the screen while I read you guys' comments. Yeah, you could also check Blender Guru on YouTube. Blender. This is how I learned Blender. Now, I don't work in it very often. I definitely need to like brush up on my skills for Blender, but I will probably make the switch to that because I really love the way renders look. Like, I'm a render whore, so I want really clean images of my work, and so I might start using that a bit more than I use Maya. You guys have any questions for me? Like, I didn't want to pop up here and stay all day. I just wanted to cover this one thing and get it all off my chest. Like, I just, like, at the end of it all, like, you just have to kind of compromise. We all are going to have to compromise with this stuff. Like, I understand, like, somebody has, like, their vision. They want it to be a certain way, but, I don't know. Try not to make us feel so terribly bad about it, because I hate turning down orders. I hate it, but if I know I can't do it, I'm not going to be like, yeah, like, you know, and then I just know what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. And we always have to consider the land impact. So the more detail you're putting on your sign, the higher the land impact is going to go, and you're not going to be able to make that sign very big. Most of the signs, let's see, I know mine can go up to like 10. I'm just not super good at making something one land impact. I ain't Dust Bunny, okay? I don't know how she's doing it. But at this size, like, you can see that one's 5. But look at my avatar size compared. Let me put a different wind light so you guys can see everything. So you see how big they are compared to me. If you're trying to put this beach on the side of your, you know, if you're trying to do that, well, this one's 52. So you kind of got to think about that. If you're wanting it to be humongous, they get up there, and the more detailed, the more curves we have going on, the higher that's going to go when you make it big. So this is something that needs to just be thought about. And we discussed this in your meeting, you know, if you IM me or whatever, we talk about all of this stuff, like, where are you putting it? I ask that question whenever somebody wants a mount, a wall mount like this, like the industrial grid and cables. I'm like, where are you putting this? Because if you're wanting to make this humongous, the add-on of the cables and the mount is going to make that skyrocket. And I've seen these Underground and Justice logos. She made them pretty damn big, but she probably has the prims for it. So the Spookzilla one was kind of high. I made it super big at the event, and I think it almost was like 75 land impact. Like, they get crazy, especially the ones that are made from tubes. So Bad Unicorns probably would be pretty high if he cranked that up. Tube. Spookzilla, this one, yeah, that one is, let's look at Yomi's, because she got hers big as fuck over there. Let me see how much land impact hers is taking. Only 9! So, okay, the person I work with, he's better than, like, cleaning this up than I am, because if mine is over there taking 52, and this one is taking 9, there's the difference in him and I. Like, I'm still learning. Okay, I'm still learning. Okay, I'll figure it out. That was embarrassing. Don't judge me. I have to teach everything to myself by myself, okay? I don't have a Toxxic Rhiannyr to watch to teach me every goddamn thing. Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess it might have something to do with my sign is unlinked. This is like brought in unlinked. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I don't know. Let's not talk about it, okay? We try, okay? We try to get that shit low. But also, like, I can't imagine that everybody's trying to make them that fucking big. But anyway, the land impacts will rise if you resize it. That happens with any mesh. I don't know how many times I've read that shit at, like, floor plan, or you go to any mesh decor place, they always say the land impact is going to change whenever you make it bigger. Oh, fucking what's her name says it too. Half Deer. It says it all over her friggin' store. Like, this is going to go higher if you make it bigger, and that is absolutely what will happen with these as well. I guess if they're mine. So, consider that as well. And that we try to make them low, because I know a lot of you guys are using these at events too. And you don't have 52 prims to give for a mesh sign at an event. So, don't make them that fucking big, I guess. I think, like, the slots that people give you would be a little bit bigger than what we have here, so, you know, yeah, that. I'm gonna have to ask and find out how he gets them super low. Mine are usually around 8 to 10. Yeah, I don't know why. See, even at that size, that's 5. But again, I'm not a wizard in that shit just yet. I don't know. So, I guess if I do it, I hope it's not 52 whenever you put it on your fucking store. That's something also I guess I need to really be looking at for this store. It's all a learning process. I'll work it out. Maybe the first models are going to blow ass, and then the rest of them I'll figure it out. But even with these, the ones that are at WCF are 8, and they're pretty big. Like, and they're bigger than this display. So if they go very much bigger, they're going to be pretty high land impact. I'll figure it out, guys. But yeah, if y'all don't have any questions, I guess I'm going to leave because I do have work to do, and I have work I have to do in Maya, and that's on my other computer. And it's really hard to work on that computer and be live because you can't see anything. It's a different computer, different screen. Yeah, and I have mesh work all day today, so I don't really have anything to show. What else can I say? I can definitely say that I'm so booked until May for graphic design orders. So I'm gonna show you guys something. Girl, I know people don't read. That's why I'm saying come to my channel and just listen to me talk. Because I was going to make this whole... Ken came in here and goes, "Are you mad? Are you making a mad post?" And I'm like, no, but I need to, like, talk about something. Like, I need to, like, show this because I don't think people understand. And I really need people to understand. I need you to understand a little bit more. Like, stay with me now. But definitely this is like the moral of my... God, I just want to put both of them on the screen at the same time. Can you not work with me? Okay. Hang on a second. God damn it. This is the moral of the story. I mean, what in the mother... Let's see, neon logo. Here we go. Even Budweiser had to sacrifice elements in their design for people to make neon signs for their company. It's not identical, but it's similar. We can make stuff similar. It can't always be identical. We can do the tubed letters, or we can do flat. That is a personal preference, whichever you want. I can tell you that it ain't me making the tubed. I can only do the flat signs. But I hope that this makes sense and like helps some people be able to understand what's needed in order to make their sign neon. If you guys have any questions, of course, you can holler at me in World or in the comments of this video below. I check all the comments and stuff and try to reply to everybody as much as I can. If you, I don't know, if you look up all different kind of, like, look up Coors and look up, like, I don't know, what are some other beer things, like Ciroc or something like that. Look up alcohol, like real life logos, and then look at their neon signs that are made, and you can kind of see what had to be done in order to make the neon sign work. And though, like, it is made out of glass, obviously, it's kind of the same thing that we're doing. We're manipulating tubes and planes to look like this somehow, to make it similar. Yeah, so things need to be bending in certain ways in some cases, and it's just, you know, you gotta be prepared to give some leeway on the design, because that's just the way it has to be, man. I'm not a magic worker. I can't press the magic button for you. Yeah. So, I think I'm done. I'm mad how all of my signs are like breaking down and blinking. Maybe I need to work on fucking LOD too. Some days it's fine in SL, and then sometimes everybody's mesh just breaks apart, and I'm like, it's at 4, why are you doing this? But I also think it has to do with being high in the sky, and, you know, SL just be breaking sometimes. I know you do. And I know I'll still receive questions about this, or I'll still get people that don't want to change the design for a neon, and I know that what I'm saying right now may not help at all. It helped me get the thoughts out of my head, and maybe I won't rant about this anymore to my friends. Because, like, that's something that is just part of this that I've noticed seems to be a huge misconception. And then I just need people to be willing to work with us a little bit. Like, give us some leeway, give us some creative freedom. Like, if you're really wanting it that bad, it is a great conversation piece for your store or for your event, you know? It draws attention, they're cool, super popular right now, so I totally want to take the order, but it's like, yeah, I just keep running into people that were like, no, I want it exactly like this, and I'm like, well, you're gonna have to find somebody else, because I can't model that shit like that. So that's just what it is. I'm trying to think if I have anything else for you guys. I don't think so. All my first releases for Glow Baby will be at WCF, the Porn Edition. Those are the first releases for Glow Baby. And I'll start working, I've already started working on other signs to put up for Glow Baby. It's going to be a really fun thing. It's going to help me with my stress, hopefully. Something cool I can work on and be yet another store on my arsenal of stores. You are a creator, not Harry Potter. I am not Harry Potter, but I do have a bag of tricks. Like, I can make some pretty cool shit if you just let me. I don't think, well, yeah. That's something else too, like, if you just let me do my thing, like people look at my website and they're like, man, she does really badass shit. Yeah, because those people are letting me do badass shit, not controlling me and making me stay in a box and be like, you can only design what we put inside this box. You have no creative freedom. You're not going to get the best out of me by doing that. At this point, I feel like I just need a very basic theme as to what you're going for. Are you trying to be a goth store? You trying to be a kawaii store? Are you a little like Lolita store? Are you a little like BDSM freak store? Are you a fantasy store? Are you a sci-fi store? Are you a fucking elf? Are you a bull? Are you a goat? Like, what are you? If you just give me like a base, you like pink, black, and white, like, I can run with that. I can run with just basic things like that, but here lately it's just been really hard because I don't know. I don't know. I keep getting people that want to be too specific and there's no area for creativity. Every time I like give them a logo, they don't like it because my ideas aren't the same as theirs and nobody's willing to compromise, and it's very frustrating. So I can definitely say, if you're looking to hire me in the future, figure out what it is that you want style wise, and if you do have anything specific, that can be added to your notes, but kind of try to give me some creative freedom, because that's really when I feel like I flip my best work. And yeah, I'm happier whenever I love what I'm designing and I put like my foot in whenever it's something that I'm really into. And I am kind of starting to be a little bit more picky as far as what I take, as far as orders. I'm not just grabbing every single order and accepting it anymore. I mean, I might talk to the person, but if I'm not feeling what you're doing, then I'm not going to force myself to take those jobs anymore. So with that being said, if you are a graphic designer or know of a graphic designer in Second Life or outside of Second Life, feel free to pass me their portfolio, because I can pass work to somebody else, Maybe my aesthetic doesn't fit for somebody, and I'm not willing to change that for whatever reason. Like, I can be pretty versatile, but there are just some things that I'm not interested in doing. And so it would be nice to have like a list of graphic designers on the side that I can be like, I don't think I'm going to be the person for you, but Joe might be, here's his contact information, his portfolio, have a look, It would be nice to kind of have that. And yeah, I'm just kind of I'm at a weird point. I'm kind of struggling, like, as far as being creative, and people are frustrating me, like, more so than usual, and I think it's just stress from real life. We've had bad weather. I'm in Texas, so we just had that snowstorm come through last fucking week. It was 0 outside. I've never seen that before in my life. And then this week it's raining, and last night we were without power for like 6 hours. So there's a lot of things happening too behind the scenes that kind of make it harder for me to be full creative, but I'm working as fast as I can through the orders that I have, and I just have a very long waiting list. Like, I don't even know how to tell you, but I can show you. That's not even the right one. Hang on a second. It's some crazy shit. This is crazy. It's a good problem, but it is a crazy problem. I thought I compiled all this. 1 second, guys. Waiting list. Maybe this was it. Yeah, some of these people... This is the form that you need to fill out. So there's all of these people, and as you can see, this person tried to order in November, and I just got to him 2 days ago. So you got all of these things, and then that's one waiting list. That's the form. But then I also have other things, which I probably shouldn't show on this one, but I've got at least, there's 76 entries on my second waiting list. And this waiting list is just people that don't fill out the order form. They just contact me directly. So I've got 2 waiting lists of at least 70 people. And then you just got one me. And then I have the list for the animated signs, and we have at least 20 people waiting to be talked to about animated signs. So there's a lot. There's a lot happening. And I'm going as fast as I can, but every single day someone writes me and says they want a neon sign or they want a logo, and they think I can just do it today or this week or this month, and that is not the case. Like, I probably won't get to somebody who's ordering something today. I won't get to you till May. It's so backed up, and I just don't know how to, like, go faster. Especially with all the stress and everything that's happening from real life. I'm just doing the best I can. So I feel bad for people who finally find me on YouTube and they're like, oh my god, I just found you on YouTube. I love your channel. You know, you're really funny or whatever. People tell me I'm funny. I don't know that I'm funny, but good information, or I like your attitude or whatever. Oh, and I see you do custom work. I need to place an order for tomorrow. And I'm just like, that ain't gonna happen, honey. I'm just really far behind on work, and I'm having a hard time. It's like the mental health is being tried on a daily basis. So all I can ask for is patience if you're able to wait, and if you're not able to wait, I am sorry for the missed opportunity, but maybe we can get together and work on something else. And I really appreciate everybody's love and support whenever I'm in my feels and I make a Facebook post. If you come over and say something encouraging, I appreciate it. I don't always acknowledge it, but I do read it, and it helps. But I'm one of those people that I'm like very stuck in my head, and sometimes I don't believe you. Sometimes I don't believe people who are like saying nice things to me. I only listen to the people that say bad things to me. I suck. I'm very much so that kind of person. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm gonna go find some food, and then I'm gonna get back to work so people don't yell at me. Maybe I'll put some nails on today. I made some like gothy looking nails. Are cute as fuck, so I might put those on. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I did a logo the past week, and I filmed everything, me creating the logo, so I will edit that into a speed cast and put it up. I might start doing that more often again because I really enjoyed it, and it will show you the full process of designing a logo from scratch. So you just can kind of see what I go through in terms of steps if you are interested in watching. And they're not as grueling as listening to me for 3 hours. But I do appreciate you guys stopping by and spending time with me this afternoon. I hope this information will help somebody out. And again, if you have questions, don't be scared to ask us. I know we can be very intimidating, but we can tame our crazy. You can contact Savage Bunny in World, or you can find her name on my profile as well. I would prefer if you gave questions to her because she can answer you faster. I do screen and ignore my IMs. I'm just going to be honest with you. If I don't feel like talking at the time you IM me, I will not reply. And trust me when I say this, you will thank me. Because if I'm in that mood, I tend to be kind of an asshole. So just, if I don't answer, I'm either not here or I'm saving your face. I'm just being honest. Like, I am not a super talkative person all the time. Sometimes I just in my mood and I just want to talk and be friends with everybody. But 90% of the time I just want everyone to leave me alone and let me work. So, Savage Bunny, that's who you need to talk to. Her information is right here in my profile. If you have questions about any of my other things that I do in Second Life, I own stores, I run an event, I do customs, I have groups, like I have satellite stores, like I've got all kind of cool information there. You can also check my website. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great weekend. I love your faces. Dima, I'm so happy to see you. I've been worried about you, but of course I fail as a friend and don't check on you. So it is really nice to see you in chat. I love your face and I hope you're doing well in real life. As for everybody else, Sunny, Demonic, Bam Bam, I love your face too. Cat, Acne, all you guys, thank you so much for stopping by today, and I hope to see you on my next video. Okay, bye.